Well, good evening. It is Longhaultanker, straight razor shaving with Longhaultanker, and it is, I forgot to look at the time before I started, but it's somewhere around 7:30 on Monday, the 24th of October, 2022, and I've got about 24 hours, a little better than 24 hours worth of whiskers on my face. As you may be able to tell from my backdrop, I am in the driver's lounge of my company's, at my company, the driver's lounge, the restroom there. If you've watched me for very long, you know that I sometimes start my loads from this very position, or I come in and I end my loads in this very position because of the hour of the evening. I often will lay over on the yard, sleep in the truck, and that way I don't get home late hour, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, and disturb my wife. She's always concerned about me. Make sure, do you want anything to eat? Do you need to take a shower? She's good that way, and I love it. But I don't like rousting her out of bed. I don't like disturbing her quiet evening with my clattering about coming in at in an evening hour. So I just lay over in the yard and come up here and do what my shave, my video, whatever, etc. And so I'll be home tomorrow well before noon, probably even before 10 o'clock, and I'm gonna go pick her up, and we're gonna go early vote and spend the rest of the day together. And I got a few things to say tonight before I actually get started. And this seems a very apropos moment to say what I'm about to say. At the end of the load, I'm on the yard. I'm going to cut back on my shave videos from the road. Not that I don't enjoy recording. I do very much. I enjoy this, but the uploading, sometimes taking 8 and 12 hours to upload using Verizon Wireless, is a pain in the rump, and it disturbs. I've got to leave the iPad on always so it doesn't go off and disturb the uploading, and so I got a light in the cab, and that's going to disturb my sleep, and I'm getting tired of being inconvenienced. Right? Inconvenienced by the details of getting the video prepared and uploaded to YouTube on the road. Much simpler at home. And so my shaves for a while are going to be confined to those from home. And I hope you'll understand. Maybe sometimes several days between shave videos. And so I beg your indulgence. I apologize if, I was really looking forward to that. Okay. So if you're watching me on YouTube, I say thank you. I got some things to say about that too. Hit the like and subscribe button, and leave a comment, courteous, respectful, and talk about whatever you want to talk about that I've mentioned and is relevant to the video. And so, speaking of which, as I was walking from the truck to this restroom, I got my 199th subscriber. And I just want to say thank you to all of you that have hit the subscribe button. Just one away from 200. I don't know what that means. I don't sell anything. There's no remuneration, etc., etc. Not that I'm looking to go that direction. I'm not. I'm just a guy who loves straight razor shaving, traditional straight razor shaving. And the razor that I selected tonight is a good one to go out on, so to speak. And so you've seen it before, but it don't matter. It's what I had with me in my 7-day roll-up. So thank you to all of you who have subscribed, and however long you watch me, it doesn't matter. Just the fact that you're there, and some of you drop a line from time to time, and I appreciate that. I like talking about straight razor shaving and honing and all of the accessories that go with that. No, I'm never going to use a camisori. I am never going to use a replaceable blade shavette. I am sold, convinced, locked in to vintage straight razors, new production straight razors of a mass production Thierza, Sard, Dovo for the modern production. If I can find when I'm going to do some more buying after the first of the year. So anyway, and I'm going to focus on certain vintage mint condition straight razors if I can find them. That's the big thing, isn't it? What else did I want to say? That was the big announcement that I got to cut back. It's just driving me crazy. This uploading using wireless from the truck at the truck stops rather than at home using my cable and getting it. It takes 20 minutes from home, so maybe I'll learn how to use the software better and put some bells and whistles in. I don't know. Maybe I'll learn how to put a soundtrack in that I won't get dinged by YouTube for having an unauthorized soundtrack, violating copyrights, etc. All right, let's introduce the equipment tonight. And so, as I said, this is a perfect razor to make such an announcement, to go out on this note that I'm mentioning. And we're using just a beautiful, when this came in the mail, I just, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Lord. Got a Wade and Butcher here. It's a somewhere between 6/8 and 7/8. It's a pre-1891, nice barber's notch on it and nicely polished. Yes, it's been restored by somebody, and I say thank you. It's got some nice, let's see. It's got some, I don't know if you can see that well. Wade and Butcher's Celebrated Razor, it says on there. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful razor. And to be honest with you, I cannot, it's not a wedge, it is a hollow, a full hollow, I guess. I'm trying to remember what it was. If I've taken this, I don't know if I've taken this to the stones or not. So this may be the edge that came when I purchased it. It's a fine edge. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And so I'm going to use the QED Select Manchurian Silvertip Badger Faux Horn 24 millimeter knot. Just a lovely brush. I love these Manchurian Silvertip Badgers that QED puts out. And our soap, this will be the last usage for a while on the Deep Blue Sea. And I want to thank Bill M. for his little shout out, tribute if you want to call it. It was in passing. He said Longhaultanker is using Deep Blue Sea on his trip this week. And so he decided to use Deep Blue Sea on his video from yesterday. So thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. Hope you're coming to San Antonio. We're looking forward to it, my wife and I. So here we go. Let's get started with it. Because it is 24 hours, or just a little better than 28 hours, maybe, or so of whisker growth. I was going to say I might not do a 3-pass shave, but let's just see how it goes, okay? I'm not doing a head shave. I don't know if you can tell. I've been pretty shaggy for the last few days and decided to, because I'm going home to see the honey tomorrow morning, I wanted to look my best. So I buzzed my head with my shears this evening before I turned the camera on. So there won't be a head shave. So maybe we can get under 45 minutes. All right, let's all right, let's just get it up here and let y'all see what I'm doing. I'm going to load it up pretty good. I liked my lather last night. It was well saturated. Get over the sink so my excess will just So that's what I'm going to go with. If I need more, I can get it. And I've got a little time because I'm in no hurry. I'm not going to set the alarm for tomorrow morning. I'm going to sleep. I was going to say sleep till my heart's content, but not that late. I'll get up about 7:30, 8 o'clock. I got a little bit of business I got to take care of in the dispatch office. I've already checked in and checked out, so I'm cleared on my load. I'm cleared on the truck, and so there's nothing to do for me now. This is going to, these things happen when you get old, and your memory doesn't work 100% all the time. And that is, before I left out, if you have anything that's due or coming due, dispatch will remind you. If my CDL is about ready to expire, or my hazmat endorsement is about ready to expire, or I need recertification on some of the chemicals that I'm within 30 days of my acrylic acid, TDI, MDI certification expiring. Oh, you need to go see safety and get your certification taken care of. Well, and that, some of those happen every 3 months, 6 months, 1 year intervals. And of course, dealing with hazmat and chemicals, we sometimes, not a lot, for me anyway, over the last 10 years or so, it's not been a lot where I've actually had to don all the equipment and don all the gear because of various circumstances. And I won't go into all that right now, but every year we have to take our respirator that we're issued, and I maybe once or twice a year, I actually use it. In fact, here's an example. Anyway, it's got to be tested. And so when I get a dispatch and my respirator test is due, they'll remind me, you got to do the respirator test before you go on this load. Okay. And sometimes that may alter the time of day, time of morning that you can actually depart from what you planned to depart. And so now you're delayed 3 or 4 hours until all the appropriate people come into work in the morning. Instead of leaving at 5 o'clock or 5:30, you got to wait until 7, 8, 9 o'clock till all these people come in and, go do what you got to do. And that happened on this trip to Canada that I'm just now getting back from. I had to have the mask. We call it a fit test, a mask fit test. And I won't go into all that detail, but it had to be done. And so I got done, and the safety manager, he and I are good friends, the senior safety manager here. He and I are good friends. He been a driver for 25, 30 years, went over to safety, became the senior safety manager upon the retirement. And of the previous guy. And so I take every chance I can to visit with Bill. Sometimes I'll call him. He's on his drive home from work. Bill, are you busy? No, I'm just driving home. What's up? So we'll talk while he's driving home. And just get caught up and stuff. But anymore, it's because we're friendly, been friendly for 10 years, he calls me from time to time, but anymore, it's just, I call him when I've got a question about work. That may not be the best thing to do, but because you want to stay in touch with your friends and how's the family, how's the wife, he's about, I don't know, 6 to 8 years younger than me. All right, let's go. Oh, that's just, that's wonderful. Hear the whiskers just popping away. You probably can hear them. It was singing out pretty good. Yeah, it's too annoying to do all that I was doing trying to get it uploaded in the truck. As sharp as this feels, I don't think it was a natural stone. It's probably a synthetic, and if it was a synthetic, it's probably a Shapton glass 30,000. One thing I'm not doing tonight is I'm not re-lathering as often as I do and have in the past. And see if that doesn't, in fact, I was just getting ready to reach for the, I'll do half of my face instead of my whole face. Yeah, the deep blue sea. Now, Bill mentioned what he thought and I'm sure the website will say what the cologne is that this resembles. And kind of like what he said, I'm not big into that sort of thing. Almost all of the aftershaves and colognes that I use are very inexpensive. Panade, some of the different scents that they put out. Because I'm not looking to spend my money on, $100 bottle of aftershave. I'm looking, or cologne. I'm looking to put my money in stones, razors, and soaps, and leather. And at the present, what I'm interested in is outfitting my new son-in-law, who's expressed interest in straight razor shaving, and I've got a little care package I'm going to send to him. I gave him a Union, was it a Union razor? Yeah, it was a Union razor when I was up there in Oregon this last time. But that's all I gave him. Here's a razor. I said, yeah, but I didn't have anything else to give him at the time, so I got a small synthetic brush. I've got a small boar brush. If you're familiar with the Clubman shave soap in the little green container, it was empty. I had one laying about, and so I took that, and I've got the kilo box of the almond stuff from Italy. Why can't I think of the name of it? You know what I'm talking about. And I started cutting off pieces from the kilo brick and putting it into that little green container. And so, so it has some at least fairly decent shave soap. To get started with, and I also sent him my the very first strop I ever bought. It's just a genuine leather. It's got a hard surface to it. There's no creases in it. The back side is all in chromium oxide. Those big green crayons, and it's always worked well for me. And because I got it because all the experts said, quote unquote, experts said to get it. It was funny, after I got it, the discussion came up on the discussion forum that I was a part of at that time. Oh no, that crayon, that green crayon of chromium oxide, no, you can't use that, it's not pure. You know, so that put me off on that because I was still listening to the experts. But it always worked fine for me. Anyway, I'm not going to belabor that point. But I'm sending him a care package, my son-in-law, Mikey. Mikey, if you're watching, I'm thinking about you. And he's a good kid. I like him. I think that he's a good match for my daughter. They got married in June, I think, May or June. And he's certainly not a soy boy. He's a manly young man, and I remember when I was a youngster, newly married, and my in-laws kept butting in, you know, shut up and go away. You know, I'm going to leave me to make my own mistakes. If you want to help me, help me. Help us. I married your daughter. And of course, all of their too many conditions. Well, we'll help you if. And every one of their little ifs were so contrary to my priorities and our priorities that they didn't work with us. Now, what can we do to help you? It was always, you're going to do it our way. Yeah. So, I didn't mean to go off on the in-laws, the old in-laws. They're all gone now. And so's the ex-wife. I can laugh about it now, but it was catastrophic at the time and stayed with me for a long time, almost 10 years. From the time that the divorce was final to the time that I married my second wife. We've been married now for just over 14 years. First marriage was 21 years. Was 8 years. I did date, I started dating about 2 years before I met my wife, and oops. But I'm not going to go into all the reasons about that. I'm just kind of shaving along here, so let's talk about truck driving. Started the day this morning in Jonesboro, Arkansas is where I was. and it was about a 9-hour drive, about 590 miles. I put on the drive clock today. My big obstacle was Little Rock on the way down. And that's the way I kind of look at each day. What are my big obstacles for today? And if I'm going up to Canada on the same route that I just went on, you know, the first day out, depending upon where I'm going, there might not be any obstacles from Houston to Shreveport, Shreveport to Ina, Illinois, and that from Shreveport, that would be from Shreveport to Ina, Illinois, your obstacle is Little Rock. If Ina, Illinois to Angola or Capac, Michigan, your big obstacle is Indianapolis. I was coming down after I got out of Little Rock and was coming southwest on Interstate 30. I was talking to my buddy, my truck driver buddy, John. John, you know who you are. And I was just commenting, I said, you know, the trees look beautiful. There was nobody behind me for at least a mile, nobody ahead of me for at least a mile. I was on the road, which that's kind of an unusual event, by myself. And so in from Jonesboro, came down through Little Rock. And I always, you talk to most truck drivers when they come through Little Rock and they're headed east, they're going to go, or east, northeast, they're going to go I-40 out of Little Rock, head over to West Memphis, maybe through Nashville. Now, if you look at a map of Little Rock, you go up through North Little Rock and Beebe, Arkansas, and you pick up US 67 going north, and it's a 4-lane highway, and it's not a death trap. I-40 out of Little Rock is a death trap. Too many trucks, no safety. Everybody, you know, why put yourself through that? In that construction zone on I-30 on the west side of Little Rock, be very careful. It is highly dangerous. Uneven road, narrow lanes, high speed, And a couple of months ago, there was an accident there that involved like 300 vehicles. And I can certainly see why. I don't know if it was weather related or road related in that construction zone, but it was right there, or very much near there. That's very nice. So within the first 8 hours of on duty, DOT hours of service regulations require a driver to take a 30-minute break and go off duty, which I did at Shreveport. So from Jonesboro to Shreveport, then Shreveport to Cleveland, Texas, which is on the north side of Houston, and did a fuel stop. Topped up my fuel before coming in. One thing I just love about Stirling soaps is that they keep your face well moisturized, hydrated. Cella, that's the name of that kilo-size brick. Cella. Yep. So I'm gonna go back to the truck here in a little bit, get some dinner, watch some shaving videos. So my wife told me this morning that she was going to fire up the Kamada Joe, and she's going to put the pizza plate, the ceramic pizza plate on it, and she's going to make up several pizzas. One more spot.
going?
How you doing? All right. Be advised that I got a camera on over here.
Oh, shaving?
Yeah, with a straight razor.
Oh.
Made before 1891.
I like using those.
Yeah.
Nice edge up and everything.
You use a replaceable blade or a single blade?
Oh, my barber.
Oh,
She uses
okay.
it on me.
Yeah.
She uses it on me.
This is a Wade and Butcher and it was made before 1891. Abraham Lincoln might have used this.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say might have. Unlikely, but.
Probably so, ain't no telling.
Yeah.
All right, so you have a good evening.
He wore a beard though, didn't he? Yeah, that's better. We'll go with that. Let's rinse it off and see what it looks like. All right, let's see here. Usual places. Get my alum block over here. Yeah, I'm not gonna stay under an hour. I thought I could. Yeah, that did pretty good. I may not have followed exact form and technique on flat blading by Barber Dave, but that was close enough. I kept moving. Little something right here. All right, we're going to call it there. Thank you for staying with me. My next shave will likely be on, let's see, Monday, tomorrow's Tuesday, Wednesday morning. I'll get it shaved and posted up and so forth. It'll be at home though, you see, so, you know, you're not getting rid of me forever, by no means. I'll be at home, and as long as it's a weekday, and my wife will be working, and so I'll have the freedom and bandwidth to get it done to my satisfaction. All right, there we are, it's done. Oh, we might as well. Okay, Ozma Allen Block. All right, there's that. Thank you for staying with me. We'll see you down the road. Bye-bye.